to Kath B.
Thank you, Joel. Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry, this isn't Joel. This is Mozart. Everyone say, hey, Mozart. Hey, Mozart. I'll tell you a little bit about Mozart.
I would love to stand here and chat, but I am too busy. I'm going to go and write a symphony in B minor.
Bye, Mozart. See you later. Did you know that Mozart, that guy, was born over 300 years ago? 300 years! That's older than your nanas and your great-nanas and your great-great-nanas. Well, maybe. And he was a bit of a musical genius. He started learning music at about 3 years old. Put up your hand if you're 3 years old. Some of you are. Woohoo! You're probably about 2. Anyway, yes, he started learning music about 3, and by the time he was 5 years old, he'd written his first piece of music, or his first piano piece of music. Wow, imagine that. And then when he was about 6, he went touring around a place called Europe with his sister, and he played for queens and kings. Amazing guy. And everybody still loves him today. And he liked writing songs, or composing music, we called it, that made people feel a lot of emotions. Can you put up your hand and tell me what some emotions are? What are some emotions? Yes? You're just putting up your hand for fun? Yeah, okay, cool. What about some of you big guys? What's some emotions that we have? We have, yeah? Happy! He did like to make people happy, yes? He definitely liked to make people feel sad as well, or sadness, yeah?
Or angry.
Angry! Did Mozart make people feel angry, do you think? Sometimes, maybe, yeah. Yeah? What were you going to say? Oh, right, your friend was just holding their hand up. I see. That's okay, no worries. Now, did anyone bring a toy instrument with them today? No?
I didn't.
It's okay. You did? Yay! Somebody did. Well, during this performance, I'm going to come out and give a few toy instruments away to people who are sitting nice and quietly and listening to everything with their arms folded and their legs crossed. No, I'm just kidding. You can do, but maybe you'll be pretending to play one of these amazing instruments, and we're going to introduce all these instruments to you soon. Who's seen some of these instruments before? Cool. Who's never seen some of these instruments before? Amazing. You've seen a violin. Awesome. And you're nice and close to one. Well, hello.
Hello.
This is Joel, everybody. Well, hey, mate.
You'll never guess who I just met out the back.
Does anyone want to have a guess who it might be?
The headmaster. No, it was.
No, I'm glad I didn't think that would have been scary. No, I met Mozart. You'll never believe it.
Mozart. And he wrote that piece of music, didn't he? And do you know what? He actually decided which parts would go there, and he thought, oh, a flute would sound nice there. Oh, a cello would sound nice there. Oh, a double bass would sound nice. Anyway, shall we get on to introducing the orchestra?
Yes, we should.
Exactly. Great. Well, let's just briefly talk about this guy. What do you think his job is? What's he do? What's his job in the orchestra? Does anyone know? Anyone? What is it? Yes, he's a conductor, and he makes everybody stay in time. Well done, random stranger. Okay. Joel's grandson. Okay. Right, let's do this. We're going to start with the string section. Why would it be called the string section, do you think? Yeah.
Because that instrument's with strings?
Yeah, because they're instruments with strings. Awesome. And we're going to start with the biggest stringed instrument. It's huge, and it's called the double bass. Let's hear it. Wow. Sounds kind of I don't know. What does it sound? Loud? Did you think? Yeah. Yeah? Pardon?
Yes.
Yes, did you say? Oh, good. It sounded that. Okay, and now we're going to play the instrument that's just a bit smaller, and these people can sit down to play theirs, and it's called the cello. I don't know about you, but it always makes me feel a bit sad. Okay, and now we're going to start with the next one up, and it's called the viola. Here we go. That sounded awesome, eh? And then we're going to play these ones here. What are these ones called?
Violin.
That's right, let's all hear those.
You're very knowledgeable over here.
Oh, they know everything over here, don't they? Oh, I forgot to say, there's two parts for the violins. One's called the first violin and one's called the second violin. We're playing different things, weren't they? Okay, let's hear what the strings all sound like together. Oh, very satisfying, that is. And now we're moving on to the percussion. Who thinks they know what percussion is? You don't know? Does anybody know? Someone down the end there? Is your friend putting your hand up again, or do you just know? What is it?
Without strings.
Something without strings. What a great explanation that is. And it kind of keeps time, does it, Joel?
Generally you bang it with something.
Generally you bang it with something. So first we're going to start with the drum kit over here. Whoa! Yes! What a cool sound. And then we're moving on to these great big massive things that look like great big massive things. And they are called the timpani. Let's hear them. Wow. Could anyone feel that under their bottoms? Under their kumu? I could feel it under my feet. Okay, and now we're moving on to the conga. This lovely young man plays lots of instruments. Yes, awesome, thank you. And now we're moving on to the maracas way over there and the marimba. Have a listen to the glockenspiel, sorry. She can play two things at once, let's watch. Is there a fairy in the house? Sounds like a fairy. What did you just say?
Glockenspiel is my favourite instrument.
There you go. Do you think you're going to learn to play it?
I'm currently learning piano, but I would like to learn it.
Mum, Dad, did you hear that? He's an orchestra in Golden Bay. Okay, awesome. And now we're going to move on to the brass section. Why is it called the brass section? Yeah? Horns in it, because it has horns in it. That's a pretty good explanation, I reckon. So we're going with the trombone and the euphonium. Look, hold them up. Look at these awesome instruments over there. Let's hear them.
Guys, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Amazing. That takes a lot of breath work to play those instruments. All of these ones, in fact. And we are moving on to the trumpet. trumpet player. We've got two trumpet players, I mean. One has got a, what's that thing called on the end of your trumpet? Mute. A mute. Okay, let's hear them. Should we hear it without the mute? Let's hear it without the mute, see what it sounds like. Whoa! Awesome. Yes, we can clap. Let's clap. Yay! Amazing. And now we're on to the tenor horn and the saxophone together. Can you hold them up? Let's see what they look like. Really shiny. One's silver and one's gold. Let's have a listen. Amazing. Can you hear that a lot of them are playing a similar sound, a similar tune? We're going to see why soon. And we've got the horn. Hold up the horn. Look at that awesome instrument. It's all twisty and twirly. Let's hear it. Awesome. Yay! Yeah. And now all the brass and the percussion are going to play their pieces. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Amazing, and now we're on to the woodwind section. Who thinks they know why it's called the woodwind section?
Because you use a sort of wind to blow.
You sort of need wind to blow out. Where does that wind come from? Not down here. Where does it come from? It comes out of your mouth. Improvisation's the best. Okay, let's hear it from the big bassoon down there. Awesome! Let's give her a clap. Sounds very mysterious.
There's a worldwide shortage of bassoon players. Anyone who wants to play bassoon?
Who thinks they want to play that instrument? Yes, Liberty does. Awesome. And next we have the clarinets. Yeah, look at them. They're so amazing. Beautiful. Yes, they have two parts as well. And they sound a little bit like snake charming instruments. But let's hear it from the oboe. Can you hold your oboe up so everyone can see it? Look at that instrument. Look at all the knobs and buttons. Okay, let's hear it. Oh, that just makes it feel so calm and peaceful. Awesome. And now we're going to hear from the flutes. Hold up your, look at these beautiful, and they play them on the side. Let's watch these. Beautiful. Have I missed anyone out? Awesome. So,
does anyone recognise that little snippet of music that we played? Does anyone know where that's from? It's a hard question. Okay, I'll take it from the adult then. Oh, what do you reckon it's from? Which one? Oh, Canto, yes, it is.
Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno, that's what it's called. Well done, you. And it's a little bit like a salsa, so it kind of goes cha 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 cha. So, does anyone feel like dancing? No? Oh, come on. If you feel like dancing, stand up and we'll do the cha 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 cha. If not, don't.
Okay, here we go. One, two,
Okay, I'm going to give a couple of prizes out to those people that just got up and danced. Actually, I'm going to give you a kazoo. Now, these are to play in the second to last song, so if you get a prize, keep it near you, but don't go blowing on it too much. There's that one for you. There's that one for you. Go and sit down if you like. Go and sit down and then here you go, my lovely. That one's for you. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Now, the next piece of music is by someone called Beethoven. And Beethoven lived around 250 odd years ago, maybe more. And he liked to write kind of stories in his music. You just blow in the end. No, that one. Go. Hard, really hard. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and he, he liked to tell stories with his music, and this next piece of music has got lots of different sounds, lots of different instruments, lots of different timings, maybe, and it is kind of about a ride in the country. So, if you were going for a ride around the beautiful Golden Bay, what kinds of things might you see out there? You might see
A bee?
a bee buzzing, that's right, you could listen to that. You might see
Shells?
shells, awesome. You might hear waves, you might see the river, you might hear, what are those things that fly in the trees? Birds, you might hear birds singing, you might hear cows mooing, you might hear horses. In fact, you can pretend that you're actually riding in a horse and cart in this song. It's very lovely. Now, the craziest thing about Beethoven is he could write awesome music, and then one day he started going deaf. And then a few years later he was almost completely deaf. And he was very sad because he thought, I can't make up my music anymore, I can't write my music anymore. But, do you know what? He still did. Even though he was deaf, he still wrote music because he could feel the vibrations of the sound when he was on the piano. So that's quite amazing. Do you think that's amazing to still write music when you're deaf? I think that's amazing. Are you ready? Hurrah! Introducing Beethoven! Oh, he's not ready. Introducing Beethoven! Here he comes. Give him a big clap. Woo-hoo! Well, he's a little bit grumpy as Beethoven. So, remember, you're listening out for rivers, streams, all sorts of things like that. And if I hear you, also, you can pick an instrument and pretend to play it. So you might play a trumpet, you might play a violin, and if I see people doing that, I might give them a prize. Beethoven. Thank you. Awesome work. Now, if you just won a kazoo, this is how you play them. You literally have to talk into them. The fat end, the big end, you have to go or sing into them. That's right, that's exactly right. Sort of have to blow into it and talk at the same time. Right, yeah, right over it, there you go. Now, these are from Timu, so they might not work very well. Okay, but I've just blown in that one, so I'm not going to give that one away. But this is for you, because you've been playing the flute, I think it was, the whole time. Now, you know how somebody wrote all those pieces of music. They had to write all these notes down. I'm not going to touch that in case they put it in the wrong order. But they wrote all their notes like this. Who's seen music like this before? Yeah. And it's quite amazing how they knew what to put where and which instrument to put where. Now, when I write my songs, it's very simple. I just grab a guitar and I just think of a melody and I just sing. So it's really easy. This music is much harder than mine, I think. But this next song we're going to do is one of my songs, and it's about somebody who went to the zoo and wanted to be all the animals there. Does anyone know the song? What do you think it's called?
Dad, I want to be a camel.
Hooray! Anyone know Dad, I want to be a camel? Yes! Now we can dance in this song. We can be camels and bouncy kangaroos. Do you want to get up? Come on, up, off your bottoms. You just stay on your... Yeah, perfect. Great. And you can dance to this and we'll be camels. Can everyone show me how the camels, we all have to do this? Yeah, Joel, look at your camel. Okay, and then we're going to be bouncy kangaroos. Show me that. Yes, we're going to be big brown grizzly bears, but we're not going to make any noise. We're just going to be very quiet brown grizzly bears. And then we're going to be birds. And perhaps if you've got a bird on, you can play your bird in that bit. And we're going to be parrots. So we're going to do this with our hands because they talk a lot. And then lovebirds. Can you make a love heart? Oh. And if you know the song, sing along. Yes, good. Okay. I'll sing it with this. Okay. Are we ready to walk? Well, I went to the zoo just the other day. Camels and a kangaroo and a brown grizzly bear. And I said, Dad, I want to be a camel or a bouncing kangaroo. And he said, you have a pockets in the front, so you just have to stand for you. Well, I went to the zoo just the other day and I saw some birds in there. Tweet, tweet. I saw some geese and a swan and some parrots too, and lovebirds in a pair. And I said, Dad, I want to be a parrot, talking all night and day. And he said, get some glue and a feather or two, 'cause you've always got something to say. Did you know animals are fun to be around, but with 2 legs and this face? I've got to remember where I belong, and that's to the human race. In a race. Well, I went to the zoo just the other day, and I saw lots of animals there. I saw a couple of camels and a kangaroo. And I said, or a bouncing kangaroo. And he said, you haven't got a hump or pockets in the front. and for you. Yeah! Now these guys are massive. You can sit down now. Thank you so much. That was awesome dancing. What I forgot to mention was that Joel took my song and he arranged it, thank you, for all these different instruments. And that's when he thought, oh, a flute would sound nice here. And the recorder sounded awesome, by the way. And yeah, it was just, he did that. So let's give him a massive clap for that. Awesome. This next one you might recognise from a movie that you've seen. It's a medley of songs from the movie, and maybe if I see people singing the songs, I might come round with a prize, okay? They have to guess what it is, I reckon. Perhaps you can tell me at the end. You can put up your hand. recognised that. What was it?
Moana.
Yeah, Moana. Woohoo! Well done. I saw some of you singing along. Did you know what it was? Yes, sorry. You're welcome. Some of it was you're welcome. Sorry, but I have run out of prizes now, so that is that. But this next song again, Joel took one of my songs and he wrote it, arranged it for the orchestra. And this one is about the things that make the mess in my bedroom. Who thinks they know what makes the mess in my bedroom? Does anyone? What is it? Dragons! That's right, well done! You know it. If you know this, then you can sing along. But also, you could be the dragons and get down and hide under my bed. Go! Get down and hide. Hide. Get as small as you can and hide. Exactly. Right, let's do it. I'm just going to get a little drink. Okay, great dragons. Something happens in my room at night. Straight after Mum turns out the light. I hear the giggling from under my bed. Where's the giggling? Then I see the glowing eyes of red. As if that isn't enough surprise, little puffs of smoke, they start to rise. I hear the breathing. Can I take a deep breath? Deep and strong, and that's when I know there's something wrong. I've got dragons under my bed. Not just one, a whole family instead. They don't hurt me, that's for sure, but they do make a mess on the bed. Room, floor, come out and make mess. They throw my clothes all around the room. It's just like a bomb going boom. They even open up the wardrobe door and throw the contents on the floor. I pull the blanket over my head, 'cause this is the part that I really dread. Starting with the books and then the toys. They make lots of mess and lots of noise. Make some noise! I've got dragons under my bed. Not just one, whole family instead. They don't hurt me, that's for sure. They do make a mess on the bed, room, floor. Can you put your fingers like this? That's when I hear Mum coming at last. But man, those dragons are super fast. As soon as they hear the door go click, back under the bed they scurry quick. For the light goes on, and I bet you'll guess who gets the blame for all that mess. Me! I tried to tell her it wasn't me, but she never does believe my dragon story. Everyone sing it with me, go! I've got dragons on my head, not just one whole family instead. But they do make a mess on the bed, room, floor. Woohoo! Thank you, Joel. Thank you so much. Woohoo!
So we're going to try something that's never been done before in the history of music. No, not quite that bad, but it is a bit experimental. We're going to try and get some kids up on the stage performing our next part of our next piece. We're going to do the first bit by ourselves, and then I want some children who can play some of their instruments, and we've got some instruments to hand out. And I'm going to give you a very special part to play. And some of you are going to be in the trumpet and drum team, and some of you are going to be in the rattle and shaker team. All right, and I'm going to so I'm going to give you a special job. But more about that shortly. So we're going to play. This piece is called the Toy Symphony, and it was written a couple of 100 years ago. And it includes some toy instruments. And I wonder if we could have a demonstration of some of those. So we have a cuckoo sound. Yeah, can you hear that? And then we have some rattles and shakers. Can you give us a demo? And we have a little team here. They're not really toys. Oh, they're sort of toys. There's a road cone instrument. Yeah, it's a kazoo. And then we have a nightingale. Special bird. So if you listen out after those, you'll hear them in this little piece of music that we're going to play. So it has now. This is a symphony. So anybody know what a symphony is? That's a tricky question, isn't it? A symphony is a big piece of music normally written for an orchestra like this, and it usually has different movements. So there's a first movement and a second movement and a third movement, sometimes a fourth movement. So we're going to play the first two movements. The first one's quite fast and the second one's quite slow, and they're quite short as well, so you won't go to sleep hopefully. And then the last one, that's where we're going to try this experiment. And we're experimenting on kids, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? But kids and their instruments. So here we go. So this is a more gentle one, so listen carefully.
Doctor. He's going to tell you what to do.
All right. You're getting a microphone shoved in your face. All right. Can I make sure all the people who are blowing and banging drums, can you go on that side? People who are banging drums. So like that, anything that you're banging with a stick, anything that you're banging with a stick, go on that side. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, so can I get you? I'm going to get you to, when I point to the rattles, I want you all to rattle and shake as hard as you can. All right, we're going to practice. Here we go. Go. And stop. Good. All right. And now I would like the drums and kazoos and trumpets to say this for me. So, I like playing musical toys. Are you ready? Go! I like playing musical toys. Good! And now I want you to say dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum. You ready? Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum. Right, now, instead of saying those things, can you play them for me? Can you go, I'll say it and you play it. Okay, ready, go. I like playing musical toys. Stop. And in the music, we're going to have a little bit of a gap, and our next thing is going to be dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum. And you can just go dum dee dee dum dee dee dum dee dee dum. That's easy. Okay, here we go. The dum diddle people. Ready, go. Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum. Thank you. All right, now we're going to try the song. All right, I think we've had enough practice. All right, I just want to practice. All right. Okay, so don't play. What are your words again? I like playing musical toys. Stop. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1. Alright? Wait for the points, okay? I'm going to go points like that. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, that's right. Tell all your friends you played in an orchestra. Now, if one of our instruments, we need them back in this box, especially if they've got one of those yellow and green stripes on them. You can slowly make your way back to your seat and pop in the instruments on your way past. Thank you so much. Yes, that's right. And then we've got one last song. You guys have been amazing. Give yourself a hey, well done. Woohoo! Okay. This last song is about cheering yourself up. Okay. When you're not feeling very happy, it's about cheering yourself up. What's some nice things you can do when you're not feeling very happy to cheer yourself up?
Think of good things.
Think of good things. Lovely. Anything else? Yep. Think of bad things. Not sure about that. What do you like to do? Draw. Awesome. What do you like to do? Ask your mum to tell jokes. Would you like to come up and tell a joke? Okay, awesome. All right, now I would like you to get your arms in the air, because we're going to sprinkle sunshine all over the place. Who knows this song, Sprinkle a Little Sunshine? If you know it, keep your arms in the air. Good. Now, I'm only going to be able to use one arm because I'm using the microphone, but I want both your arms in the air if you feel like that. In fact, why don't you get your parent and have a little dance with them? We can go in the aisles, we haven't got any rules here. We can go on that side, we can go up here. Go on, go find your parent or the adult that you're with. Or if you've come by yourself, you can dance with your friend. You're going to have a little boogie. Awesome. Okay, let's do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, you've got parents up. Here we go. Can you go like this? If you're starting to think that the clouds are here to stay, if you're starting to think that they'll never go away, if you're starting to think that the sky is always grey, give yourself a hug, well hold on. If you're starting to think that the rain will never stop, if you're starting to think it gets worse with every drop, if you're starting to think it's the same thing every day, give yourself a hug, well hold on. Hey, 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 hands in the air, let's sprinkle like this. Sprinkle a little sunshine over you. Sprinkle a little yellow on your blues. A little sunshine on your day, and pretty soon things will go your way. Awesome. If you're starting to think that the moon has lost its glow, if you're starting to think that the stars will never show, if you're starting to think that you're lost in the Milky Way, give yourself a hug, hold on. If you're starting to think that you're running out of puff, if you're starting to think that you've really had enough, take a deep breath, shake it off, join in and say, well come on, hey, 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 let's sprinkle sunshine. Are you ready to go? Sprinkle a little sunshine over you. Sprinkle a little yellow on your blue.